I guess it's obviously I'm going to be biased, but it's like a lot of my friends are in that, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's obvious that there's obvious bias for where people are like going to be playing or stuff. One person who's kind of interesting, because I've even told my chat, like, I think my perspective is this. I might play ONX or Prodigy, but not, it'd be sometime like next year. It's like my coming back to roleplay is like, I want to come back with NoPixel and then like do like longer term stuff with NoPixel. And then maybe sometime next year, if I can think of a character or think of something that I think fits in the other servers, I would try the other servers, right? But
go on a tour, yeah.
Yeah, go on a little tour. But someone in my chat, they might be lying, but I'm curious, Mehdi, people are saying that you want to play on all three.
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna day one all three? So are you gonna day one Onyx?
Well, we'll see what happens on Friday, I guess. But yeah, I mean, absolutely. Listen, I'm a freaking RP grinder. Like, I don't think anyone should expect any less. Yeah. I mean, we'll see what ends up happening. I say the child in me says I want to try everything on the table, right? But reality is like, we'll see. I don't plan my RP, I guess, is the best way to think about it.
Dude, I'll admit, I saw the Onyx trailer. I really want to play on Onyx, but I just don't think I have like, it's kind of sad to say. I have like all these like things that I've mentally was preparing for the 4.0 launch. So I'm like, man, I feel like I'd just be too split. So I'm like, you know what? Cool. I'm going to chill on that. I'm going to wait till 4.0 comes out, play that, and then see.
Yeah, I think I feel like as I mentioned before, like I feel like certain characters or things that I may want to do may fit better in different environments. And I think it would be a cool proposition in my mind where I may do something for some period of time, like a character somewhere for some period of time, and then switch it up. And I think there's a big thing that I think has been left out of the discussion. So many, each server is going to have so many new faces. And that is a lot of that in and of itself to me is so extremely exciting. And it's the very reason I was excited playing Tugs on Prodigy is every one of those interactions was super fresh and different. And, even for myself playing like on one server where you've got like a character and you've experienced most of those characters, like other characters through that one, even if I go roll another one, I kind of know what to expect from the interactions. Right. And this sort of allows for more, I don't know, more of my creative juices being able to flow. I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like the best character I ever made was Jesse Flint on Wild RP, and I actually like Jesse was molded because like I went into Wild RP and just was with a ton of new people. I went there like thinking like, oh, I'm gonna role play with Tony and Buddha, and then I rarely like saw them. If anything, it was like I never actually I was basically a bitch to the DiCenzos. I was their gardener, and their role and their the funny. By the way, one of the funniest shit ever. Going from that to them then like super respecting Mickey and like working for Mickey when like I was their fucking. I literally, dude, back in that day, I literally would do streams where I would just garden for them for like 4 hours straight and just fucking be typing on the environment of all the fucking gardening I was doing.
Horse because I was their neighbor on my Red Dead character, right?
Yeah.
I'm riding my horse and I see Jesse basically guarding the DiCenzo's backyard. I entered my mansion. I'm like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, but like to that point though, it is kind of what makes it. That was a whole new group of role players and people. Like, I barely even it was cool seeing like Sab and like John the Broski every now and then, but I was role playing with new people. And I think it made me also a better role player. So maybe the really optimistic take is, okay, sure, some of the big personalities that we knew from that magical moment of like early 3.0, sure, you're not going to have, XQC clashing with Wrangler. Like, you're not going to have that. But what you might have is all of these new faces, like Mehdi's talking about, who bring new stuff, but like also probably change all of the veteran role players and make us better too.
I mean, from my experience when I went to Wild, it was truly felt like I was leaving my comfort zone because I was used to being in a no pixel world, right? And going there, it was a different kind of game, first of all, and it was a different kind of just vibe of role play. And I learned a lot. A lot of people taught me a lot about /me RP, about being immersive in the moment, about props, positioning, how to make a cool scene. All these things I felt like I learned by going there because people went above and beyond at times. And I thought to myself, wow, that's great, man. Like people are so passionate. They're willing to spend this extra time. I want to do something like that too as well. So that experience was very helpful. And I mean, I'd recommend anybody just, going out there and trying something different, right? And see if you can expand your RP knowledge.
Beautiful. I will say, I do also genuinely hope that, like, listen, we don't really, this isn't even touch on drama. It's like, there obviously has been like a lot of like, maybe like tribalism and stuff going on. I hope at least in 2024 for like two things, which is like, I hope that the big personalities on the 3 different servers can hopefully mend things. I don't know, maybe am I full of shit for hoping that? Anyways, if that can't happen, okay, well, if that can't happen, then I also genuinely hope that I just don't want it to turn into viewers comparing shit.
It will.
Oh, that's never gonna change.
Yeah.
Not to be a
go, sorry, Trev.
Not to be a dick, but I mean, like, Ignite's like a perfect example. Like, I hopped over there. I just didn't fucking enjoy it. And I think I played over there for like 3 days. I was like, went to NoPixel. And bro, the amount of fucking shit I got. And even there's like a dedicated viewership that just wouldn't even fucking watch NoPixel anymore. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. Like, it's already fucking started. I mean, it's the same shit with Prodigy.
Sad reality of, yeah, for sure.
Because you gotta from a psychological, or like not even psychological, but from a primal aspect, like humans are they're tribalistic by nature. You know what I mean?
1,000%.
They want to be a part of their thing that they're accepted in, and they're gonna think something's. It's like sports teams, you know?
Yeah, it's like if I'm watching ONX, I'm watching the best role play server. If I'm watching NoPixel, if I'm watching Project, oh, that's the one that's the good one. Fuck those other ones. But yeah, that's I think that'll happen. I mean, I actually think people like Mehdi Loki, you're probably gonna be one of the people who helps the most against that by like showing people like good I'll glaze you, but you have good content, right? So I think showing people good RP content on all 3 of the servers, because I think that you will have good RP content on all 3 of the servers, will hopefully make people like, damn, like I watch Disney Channel and Nickelodeon shit. Like, that's what I hope for. But I mean,
Yeah, I mean, the level of sociopathic viewers, I think, over every year only increases. And it's I feel, and all you got to do is, pull up the various content spaces, we'll call them, outside of Twitch, to kind of get a taste of it, because it's not about, what, and it'll happen in chats too, right? And it always throws me, like, watch the goddamn content. You in my chat, you will only speak about the role play that's happening in front of you. No, you'll never get rid of that. And I think in some way, for many, that is a part of the entertainment. As much as we may hate it,
It's reality, yeah.
It's a part of, it's a reality TV show. That's how I think some people look at it.
What is Walnut RP? Why is my chat spamming that?
Oh, dude. Oh, that's going to be exciting.
Amish RP way better than better than Walmart RP for sure.
What is Amish RP? And I have not heard of that. What are these?
I can't tell you about Amish RP. I'm under NDA, so I'm sorry. I can't talk about it.
Is it Amish roleplay? Can you tell me that?
NDA vlog. I can't talk about it.
Oh, okay. Fuck. My chat's saying I'm blacklisted. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Man, maybe I have been out of the scene too much. Well, we're, bringing the bring the podcast back, I'm actually starting to role play again a little bit. You know, I'm trying to come back, guys. Please.
I'm curious. Blau, are you planning to, you know, are you looking to try a new character out in the future? Do you think like, are you looking to do the same character experimentation? Just out of curiosity, the viewers want to know, Blau. What is the future of Blau RP?
I really want to. I'm gonna start with what's comfortable. I really want to do. I mean, I don't know. I played Mickey recently, and it was just really fun. I like playing Mickey. I think Mickey's really fun to play. So I really love playing Mickey, and then I do have plans for a new character. I don't know what server to do the character on, but I actually wanted to do because I really love Jesse from Wild RP. I want to do Jesse, but not the like Wild RP, like basically do the GTA version of Jesse, like super young kid who's just a complete scam artist and just is constantly like lying and getting caught up in his lies and stuff, and is like kind of more of like played like a coward. I kind of want to basically do Jesse Flint, but for GTA. That's kind of my plan. As far as cops, like I can't do cop RP.
Why is that?
It's too fucking hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious now.
Claycona, though.
I did like Claycona.
What did you find difficult about it? A genuine curiosity.
So much shit going on, man. It was like fucking. I mean, I think I could do Claycona, but I had to do him. I have to be a passenger princess. Yeah. I mean, the other issue is like, you know, I'm still doing variety and like, I still do IRL streams and stuff like that. It's like there's like I do get a little stressed thinking, oh fuck, I have to do new character, like new stuff like that. I actually really liked. It's weirdly enough, I really like Mickey because Mickey can be really versatile in how I play him. Let me be honest, like the way I played like Heist Mickey versus like Mayor Mickey were very different. And so I actually do like that Mickey is like a pretty versatile character I can play. So I'm gonna probably start with that. What about you, Mehdi? What have you have cooked up that you can share with the people?
I don't know, to be honest. I think dude, I'm really bad for like you know, I'll be honest. Every single one of my characters other than Nino was a perma character. It was intended to die, and I kept killing him off until the next thing kind of clicked. Kindle, Brian was a perma character.
Yeah, I remember. Trust me, I tried to kill that cop.
1.0.
Yeah, I remember.
I mean, so
I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to be, you know, let me try this thing out, and if it's working, it's working. If the story doesn't, I'm just rip bozo. Let me try another one.
I think, yeah, I actually, I will amend and say, I think the way I want to play Mickey, like specifically play Mickey for 4.0, is much more influenced by Nino in early 3.0. I actually want, you know, obviously play him as Mickey, but with like much more of that sort of, probably adding a lot more cautiousness to him. Still like insane psychopath that he is, but like actually a lot more inspired by, because I'm like, I want that kind of criminal for Mickey, and then almost kind of like, I actually liked your split with Little Tugs, because then the idea for my Jesse character or whatever I end up calling him is like, I want like a fucking street rat. Like I can just do whatever the fuck I want, right? Like I made like a British character once with a streamer named Ellum, and he and I just go around robbing people of their shoes, and we were like literally just like British thugs on the streets.
I remember that, yeah.
And so like I think I want to make Mickey more solidified as like trying to do like higher tier crime. It's kind
of a criminal syndicate kind of, you know,
style. Yeah, more syndicate vibes, and then have another character that's just straight up like fucking around. What about you, Trav? What are you cooking up?
For RP?
Yeah, what do you want to share? What can you leak?
I don't have any leaks. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I have no fucking clue. I'm just kind of. I don't really have a plan.
I mean, dude, ONX is dropping tomorrow. What are you gonna play? What's the character?
Isn't
He's
it Saturday?
teasing us.
Way you don't have a plan.
We
There's
have
no
to
way.
now. We have to tune in to find
Saturday?
out.
No,
see it.
I legit. What do you mean? I mean,
What time
Isn't
is
it dropping
Saturday?
tomorrow?
What time
It's
is
like-
like,
Oh, it's Saturday.
it's Saturday. I don't even know what time the server drops at.
He's hiding something.
I'm going fishing. You know what, dude? I just moved like 2 miles away from Sab, and he won't even hang out with me.
That's not true at all. Okay.
Which part?
The last part.
Yeah, you had to think about the moving or the hanging out. All right, Sab, what are you cooking up then?
For me, I am gonna do something where I take my RDR character Leo, Flax, and he permaed in Red Dead, right? So I recorded that. So he's gonna get shocked into the GTA universe and waking up in there. And then for Krim, I'm gonna do my Arabic character, Malik Jamil.
Nice. Oh, that's gonna be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you're gonna literally have him be like the Red Dead character in that, like,
Yeah,
he's like,
so
oh
it's
fuck, what's the time period?
The opening is gonna start with him basically waking up or getting killed in Red Dead, and then waking up in the GTA universe basically, and then loads into it.
That's kind of spicy, actually. I like that.
You know, I'm surprised you didn't ask the question. Man, I should write your questions for you, Blau.
Yeah, go. What question do you wish? What question do you wish I asked?
People having a memory wipe for a new server. You know what I mean? Like that's
For
a
a new
spicy
for,
memory wipe versus like, right? You know what I mean? Memory wipe versus no memory wipe versus.
Oh, I think they should force it.
Yeah, but okay. So that being said, everybody's just going to go back and hang out with the same exact people.
Yeah, and I think that's fine. I don't know, like, this is one of the weirdest takes from viewers that I just don't get. Where they're like, oh my god, they're just gonna go and hang out. It's like, yeah, because that's that's like their friends who they spend a lot of their day with, who they want to hang out with. Like, what do you like? What you want me to go into your work and make you go and hang out with the people at your work that you don't want to hang out with? The fuck, bro? Like, when I worked at Riot, I had a group of people that I hung out with. When I transferred over to the R&D team, I still hung out with those people because I liked them. What do you want me to do? Go and not, like, that's so bizarre.
But then what's the point of it? But then what's the point of a memory wipe?
New stories. Might have same people coming together and role playing with each other, but then create new stories.
I'll be honest. I feel like it's hard to enforce. You don't do a memory wipe, but you ask people to. Man, it's so tough.
Yeah, see, that's I guess
wipe, but you ask people to basically start from the beginning. So like you could like making references from other cities is also weird. I don't know, man. I don't know what the middle ground is on that one.
You just got to do what I do, which is, you just forget what happened like a month ago and genuinely don't fucking remember. So someone comes and like, yo, sorry, wait, who are you again?
But that's not a character. That's not your character flaw. That's a Medi flaw.
No, because you wouldn't be like, yo, we met in a different city. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's kind of OOC. I don't know.
I mean, like, I mean, again, I'm like, you can also just you can literally criticize me and just say that I'm like a bad role player for that reason. But like,
no, that's not. I mean, that's an open. Like, I don't think there's I guess I don't think there's a right answer for that, right? My opinion is either way. I'm just kind of fucking. I was just kind of get the conversation going, right? Because it's like, yeah, you know, you can force people to wipe their memories, but then they go back and hang out with the same people and understand. You're saying like, hey, like, you know, maybe there's new stories, but what new stories wouldn't come of that situation? I guess looking at it objectively, like I don't have an opinion. I personally don't have an opinion one way or the other. I could give 2 fucks, you know?
I like, listen, I 100% think there should be a memory wipe, but I mean, and maybe it's like people will eventually end up in different groups, but maybe the power dynamics in the groups are different. Maybe the sorts of operations they're doing this time are different. I think things can be different. Or maybe it's different, like it's different characters that they want to end up rolling with, right? Like it's complicated. Yeah, I think like in an ideal world, it's a memory wipe and people go and create incredibly new stories with different people. But like there is just the reality that's like, I mean, these are people that you're hanging out with, and like, you know, sometimes you just gravitate towards the people you're comfortable with.
I think what you can fix that instead of memory wipe, set a lore for the city, and that way it's just a for the whole entire world, right?
I think that's good. That works.
So people follow the lore of the city, right?
Yeah, elaborate on that because I think I understand what you're saying, but I'm kind of.
Maybe the city happens in X amount of years. It's not really, after 5 years or 10 years. I don't know. I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think on the spot. It's really hard.
Yeah, so it's like a couple years went by, so you may have forgotten someone. Is that what you're getting at, Sep?
Yeah, something like that. Or you can remember them, but it's been years. I don't know. It's something to just spice up the story, so it's not the same shit.
Yeah, I feel like memory wipes are just. I personally don't like them. I definitely like the time lapse thing that you mentioned, Sab, and I think it's perhaps a flaw in the way that like I play my characters, which is if I genuinely remember, it's hard for me. I don't know how to when I play my character. It's not method acting, but like I really know what that character is, how he feels towards different people, all the interactions. You know what I mean? So like. Even my attitude between my character and someone else is always just there. So, but it's very difficult for me to forget the past with the characters without there being a reason for it.
Correct. Right. And then it becomes awkward because you're thinking I'm gonna forget, and they're thinking I'm gonna remember you, and it's like an awkward conversation where you're both on the same page.
I feel like having people on the same page is the most important part. And and I think, Trav, I have a better answer to your question, which is kind of like, I think there's like a little bit of room for both. Yeah, people are going to gravitate towards the same groups, but I do think maybe a memory wipe encourages people to also role play with other people. Right? I do think role playing with other people is good. Like an example of this is like I even said how my role play improved by doing all the stuff on Wild RP. But like, let's be honest. When I'm on Mickey and I randomly run into this guy in the parking lot, and I fucking hear gtarp's voice talking to me and some schmuck new to the city, right? Like, I'd be lying if I said that that anyone else, if they had ran into me there, I would have treated them the same, right? I heard gtarp's voice. I'm like, oh shit, this is the guy who I loved role playing with on Wild RP, and so I'm like, I'm gonna give him more attention. But I'm not gonna be like, yo, welcome to the fucking. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna fucking put this guy through the ringer, make him do some dumb fucking shit. I did. I made him try to rob the Clean Manor. Almost got him killed. That was funny as fuck, right? But again, I think I did that because that was someone who was new. Who I got to experience, and that was someone where I'm like, yeah, interacted with someone new.
Yeah, I actually really like Sab's like that whole fucking time lapse thing because there was such like a weird I remember running into Mehdi and beginning at I think 3.0 and Mehdi being like he's like, do I know you? Like trying to verify like, hey, did you use this time to wipe your memory versus
Oh dude. But you were the HOA back then, right? Am I
Yeah, it was
I remember this.
You're like, do I know you? Have we met before? And it's like, oh, it's kind of just like this whole thing that everyone, and I mean, it was like, I ended up having to do that. And it was like, then running into like other people and they're like, I've never met you before. And you're like, oh, yeah, I don't know. But then what were you saying?
No, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's just like running into like random people and not having them like remember versus remembering versus, and the grudge thing is like, I guess in 3.0 it was like, hey, you're not allowed to have the same grudges, which is like, I don't know. It's like the whole grudge thing that's a weird one, right? Because I think the way I look at kind of like I look at NoPixel and stuff is like everybody I role play with the server on. I mean, granted, there's people like I'm not like a fan of, you know what I mean? But it's like, they're still my fucking coworkers, like you were talking about with Riot and stuff earlier,
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't necessarily hold a grudge, but
I have a story about the memory wipe, which I'm sure some of you have heard this before, but it was a very awkward one. I came and played Brian for the first time. I think it was day one of NoPixel. I think there was like this huge PD meeting, and I came in. Brian no longer has any kids. He doesn't have a dad. He doesn't have whatever. And I walk in, and me and Dan Faley have already agreed, like because he had hit me up. He's like, "Hey, dude, are we doing the memory wipe thing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do that." With all my characters. And I walk in there. And it's like, oh, hey, what's your name? Oh, my name's Dan. And or we were like figuring it on the spot. Like, I think he had asked me like if he knows me. And I was like, oh no, oh, your name's Dan. It's like, okay. So he sits down and I'm standing there, people are like filtering in. And then all of a sudden, you know, Cop Leone comes in, hey dad, you know, Banana's character, like, hey dad, you know, it's like literally 4 or 5 of like Brian's like, and so they all came in at the same time. We're like, hey dad, and he got baked in, and Dan turns around and goes, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, that shit
He
was
was the only
funny,
person
dude.
that got the memo, man. Nobody else got the memo but him.
Oh, bro.
That shit was funny.
Amazing. Guys, we have just so you know, Game Awards are in what 18 minutes. I said we'd wrap before then. All right, Trav, what questions did I not, what juicy questions did I not ask that you wanted to ask, Trav?
No, I don't think that. No, I don't think. I mean, fuck, dude. There's no really juicy questions right now. You know.
I think we're at an exciting time, and everyone's just kind of like wait and see. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure I can think of something, but I'm just.
Then we'll do rapid fire questions from the chats.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Mehdi, you're still streaming, yeah?
Yeah,
No,
yep.
your chat again. Okay, from the chats, rapid fire questions. Go, and you guys just snipe questions you want to answer and ignore the ones you don't.
Well, everybody's gonna be biased. I don't think there's.
When is that's why I answer the softball ones. When is Blau going to go to Texas and fish with Trav?
Oh,
I would actually love to go fishing with you if I ever go to Texas.
Okay, update on that. I got the boat out here. I've been going out with. I went out one time with Dan, the CEO.
Hey, you went with Dan, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think what I'm trying to do now is get like a whole kind of like podcast. I have like that IRL set up, but I want to do like a whole podcast thing from the boat. So anytime you want to come out, I mean, so many people have fucking houses here too. Like there's no shortage of places for you to stay. Or I mean, you could even where we are, there's so many hotels as well.
That's crazy. You guys can afford houses out there. Okay. All right, guys, pick your questions, snipe them.
Ooh. Medical role play. I think medical role play always gets overlooked. And I would love
please,
to see.
please.
I'd love to see like cool mechanics where like I don't know. I like, you know, something where like, dude, I messed up. This doctor who's like learned to specialize or whatever in something can make me feel better, and I feel encouraged to want to go for checkups and whatnot beyond just the slash
me.
me.
Like private doctors that were more excel at like doing surgeries for like bullet holes versus like hospital
Dude,
care.
imagine you had to call up like let's say a fucking shootout happened with the cop, and you're like, yo, we'd like got to save our boy, and you have to fucking call up a private doctor who knows like not like a little bit of like like almost like a criminal doctor. That'd be sick. And then not going to grandma's, like actually finding someone who'll be like, yeah, I'll fucking do it. Like that'd be dope.
Yeah, dude.
Someone said server economy issues. Was asking about that. My takes just remove people's shit. Take their dude. I'm sorry. 100%. If you're a fucking criminal and you buy a fucking Ferrari and then you use your Ferrari in a getaway from a fucking vault, then you lose the Ferrari.
You lose that.
No,
shit,
not
man.
5-10 times. No, you lose. Maybe you put a balance on it. Maybe you put a balance on it.
I'm saying like use it that often. At that point, come on. At that point, you gotta give it up. You know, like just like how
I'm not
much
saying,
more, right?
Bro, I'm just saying, even if it wasn't 5-10 times, you just used it once.
Bro, remember in
2.0?
Remember in 2.0, Bass, where people were afraid to use their cars because of strikes?
Do we have strikes in 2.0? No, we can seize them in 2.0.
Yeah,
right?
you could seize them in 2.0. Like I had my Cheddar's race car was not used for gang shootouts at all because you know what I mean. It was like that was a race car. It was meant for racing.
Yeah, I mean in 2.0 people had war cars, had race cars, and had sports cars.
Yeah, and that was like you know you had your cruising car, and then you had your race car, and you had your war car, and it was like you know.
Yeah, and you lost all the upgrades. Remember when it got impounded? Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, maybe not as crazy
grand.
maybe not as crazy as like one time, but
man, I can't tell you how many shootouts happened because of upgrades.
I remember when I smoked your ass with my bulletproof car, dude.
How's the DOJ on Prodigy? That's an interesting. So this is actually something that you may not know. Prodigy, to get charged with a crime in Prodigy, they've got guilty, not guilty, and Oh crap! What's the third one that people can do? It's an IRL too.
Plea agreement.
No, not plea agreement. No contest.
Oh.
They're
And
not gonna fight it basically.
charges are not based on beyond a reasonable doubt unless it's a capital offense. It's a beyond a preponderance. So if
like
you
60%
probably
lower?
did it, you're getting charged.
So like they have it right now. Like you're suspected of like murder, not your, we're charging you of murder and we suspect you of killing somebody, right?
Well, if it's a capital punishment like murder, then it has to be beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
But if you're found like if you busted into like if you were caught like robbing a store or like someone's robbing a store and you're found in a vehicle sort of matching the description, you're getting charged with it.
Yeah. I kind of like that balance. I think reasonable doubt for just the mechanics nature of a lot of stuff makes it like, yeah, I think in theory, if we were to apply reasonable doubt to like court cases in any of the roleplay servers, I literally don't think anyone could ever truly get
guilty.
And you'd have to have some crazy, like, I mean, like, you'd literally have to have like just insane evidence to get them actually guilty.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
unless
really hard.
you witness it, most of it's circumstantial, right?
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Should class 2s come back for 4.0? Day one, bruh.
Hell yeah. I think class 2s are sick. I think what I didn't like in 3.0 is like, I mean, it's like if you're doing like, you're fucking doing a meth run. You're like some crazy shit's going. It's like, yo, we got to pull out some fucking big guns for this shit. Okay. Or it's like, yo, we're going to do a vault heist. Shit might go fucking crazy. We need to pull this shit out. Right. I think what I hated was the fucking gangster. So I think I was mayor as Mickey at the time. I used to tweet out just to throw shade at people, but it was like, okay, you're shirtless. You have tattoos on your back. You have a faded haircut, baggy shorts, masked up, bandana mask up, and then you have a class 2 on your back. That was like the gangster starter pack. You're ride or die for your crew. You don't fuck with cops. And it was so like, that made it feel like GTA Online, where there was just random people running around shirtless with fucking class 2 on their back.
Yeah.
Like, so I think class 2 should all they should be in, earlier, whenever, but like I'm actually okay.
I was joking about, I was memeing about any day one thing. No, I definitely think class 2 should be like way down the line,
Yeah, it should be like an N tier kind of progression for sure.
Yeah. I guess I'm saying I actually don't even mind if they were there early, as long as they're there early for the right RP scenarios.
I feel like when class 2s are, when you first see a class 2, the feeling of like, holy fuck, that's an AK is like exciting. And the longer a server is able to maintain pistols being the de facto, I think extends the excitement of the next level up, right? Where even like someone having an Uzi for the first time is like, oh shit, like that oh shit moment, not just for the role player, but even the audience.
I'll build on. I don't. You know what it is? I think it's the consequences that come along with it. Like in 2.0 again. As much as I like hate to go back and compare to whatever, because it's like you can't change it. But it was like 2.0. You had a class 2 on your back. You were getting raided. You know what I mean? You shot somebody with an AK. It was like you were getting raided immediately. We're in 3.0.
That's how it should be, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean in 3.0, like it's, or I shouldn't say in 3.0, but. Even now, I don't think that. I mean, I'm not sure what it is, but even now, there's not a lot of cops that are trying to go around and push raids, like criminal raids on people, or not criminal raids, but like raids on people for situations they're involved in.
Yeah. Also, obviously, sometimes the reason why it's hard to pull that off is because there's so much going on. You don't even have time.
Yeah,
to just
100%.
stop and just focus on that, right?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of things. I think that's one of the things. I think people just get fucking lazy is another thing.
That's true. I mean, and that's the thing about like having that discipline and standard. They have to bring every single day because if you slack off, then it's gonna fall apart.
Yeah, 100%.
You like serious, strict RP or more silly, laid back? You know,
That's a really good question.
I think I'm gonna be a psycho and be like, if there was ever a place where it was like where everything was just, I don't want to say like simulated, but to the point where like even breaking into a bank was like almost inconceivable and was like really actually felt like crazy to do. You know, I'd go to that level of seriousness if that was ever available, just because of the excitement of it, almost simulation like Monk ass. But
I just want banks to have an alarm when they go off. Can we get that?
wait, don't they today?
No, they don't. Do they? I've never heard an alarm go off.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like a literal alarm, not like a ping,
Yeah,
but
like
like a.
like the you know, like whenever like.
What about
Oh.
there was on the lasers and remember that shit on the vault?
Yeah, I think it used to have. I don't think if it. Like I want to see that. Like I want. Like you should be immersed as a criminal doing crime. That's what I want to see as well. Like it just shit like that would be cool.
Yeah, it's I agree, that would be cool.
My chat saying you're leaking, Sab. Is that? All right, guys, you heard it here first.
That is an
4.0. I think.
Amish RP. That's an Amish RP, by the way.
Oh, wow. Dude, wait, guys.
When
Why
you
we
take the
bro-
wagon and then you go in there, the chickens fly off like an alarm bell.
See, this is when someone's
Dude,
gonna
Amish
clip
RP
this.
Clears all these.
This is where someone clips it and hyper analyzes Sab's every movement to see whether it was a leak or not.
Damn. All right, well, guys, we have like 5 minutes till the Game Awards. I think we covered this pretty well. I think we could go like, man, I should do a whole other episode for. I do want to do a whole other one for like what we want for like GTA 6 roleplay, the future of role. That's a whole. Dude, we could go into a whole other section for that. Yeah,
that's a whole season.
Yeah, that actually is a whole season of the RP podcast. But the RP podcast is back. We will be live every other week. As I'm actually hopefully role playing in. Thank you to Sab, Trav, and Mehdi. That's twitch.tv/Sab, twitch.tv/Trav Piper, and twitch.tv/DasMehdi. Guys, any final thoughts?
I love roleplay. I love role playing with you guys. I'm excited for the future.
Me and we'll go get food with me.
No, that is not true. Sorry, I'll hit you up, Trav. I'm sorry, I'm busy.
Okay.
For me, my final thoughts. I hope everybody succeeds. I wish everybody the best of luck, and I'm really excited for the future, man.
Yeah, and again, guys, thanks for coming on the podcast. It actually does mean a lot. The convos were great. I love it. I want to keep these going. I think they're actually really fun to do. To the viewers, I think the viewers actually like them. So thank you. If you guys want to support us, all you have to do is sub to the podcast on YouTube and just tune in when we run it on Twitch. We're also on your favorite. I have to do this shout out, guys. Sorry. We're on your favorite podcast apps as well. So podcast. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's it. Let's go watch the Game Awards. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Muted.
Goodbye.
We literally couldn't hear. Okay. Bye, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
What?
Appreciate it.